Let's talk about the #1 bestseller for years, Coco Mademoiselle. Let's go. This is a guide today to help you to go through Coco Mademoiselle, as I've got the experience of fragrance expert for the brand for a few years. I think I can help you on your fragrance shopping. What is interesting with Chanel fragrance and many other brands actually is that when you change the version, Eau de Parfum, Eau de Toilette, etc., you're not changing the strength. Yes, of course, it's a bit related, but most of all, you're changing the personality of the fragrance and slightly the ingredients. So today I'm going to guide you through that and tell you which one probably is the best suiting for you or for your friends. Let's start by the first one that was launched, the Eau de Parfum in 2001, a creation done by Jacques. That was for me the best, most prolific Chanel perfumer ever. He wanted something to be popular, to be accessible, to be worn every day, like a reference, an icon, like #5 was basically. Coco Mademoiselle is really an icon for the next generation. Everything is super well balanced. The job is clean, very qualitative ingredients, always with Chanel. Actually for me, and I'm not saying that because I worked for them before, but Chanel has the best quality of ingredients, and I heard many perfumers say it too. Coco Mademoiselle, you go for an amber floral. Well, back in the day it was called more like a soft oriental. And so I'm going for the composition now that you can see on base note, fragrance, but the composition of the brand, the one I received when I had my training. Mandarin orange is the top. The bitterness of the orange that gives a lot of freshness, but also the mandarin that is a soft, slightly candied fruit. So it gives something already a little bit sweet. So this is the first whiff that you get. And then after you've got a heart that is always flowery with Chanel, but this one is mainly focused on the rose and jasmine. And it's really a great balance between the two. You can't really feel that too much pink, too much white flower. So the trail, so that's what's gonna last the longest on your skin. Patchouli, tonka bean, vanilla, and vetiver. Vetiver gives a slightly earthy tone to the fragrance. It really gives like something a little bit more woody to the composition. You wouldn't really smell it, but it will help to reduce the sweetness. So vanilla to give something at the end that is a great fixative, let's face it, vanilla for the fragrance. So it's gonna last longer, but also it's gonna make you feel a little bit more sensual. And that's the point of this fragrance, to be quite modern and that you every day feels feminine. Patchouli is one of the main ingredients in this composition that gives something a little bit creamier, warmer. Yes, sometimes patchouli doesn't fit every skin, so just make sure you try on your skin all the time. This composition is literally for everyone. When you don't know what to give, this is the one you would go for. This is the most popular of all the versions at the moment. It's quite long lasting, but a little bit fresh as well. You want a little bit romantic, but not too much. This is the one everyone would go for. That's a very safe option. 1 year after, we have the launch of the Eau de Toilette, and this is 2002, again by Jacques Paul. And the main thing that you will see changing in this version is the lychee. The lychee is the key ingredient in there. The rose that is a little bit more blossoming than the jasmine, but it's really the lychee, hints of grapefruit, orange at the start that drive the composition of this fragrance. So it's gonna be fizzier, it's gonna be fresher. It's for someone that maybe is a bit younger, or maybe just someone that likes light fragrance. They want to feel slightly feminine, but they're not too sure about fragrance. They don't wear a lot of fragrance, so that would be a great one. Also, if you wear already Coco Mademoiselle, this is a great thing to wear in summer because of this very juicy note. And you know, the lychee always gives something slightly tropical. For me, it's like a bit this Asian vibe, you know, in there. It's an underrated composition because having a lychee fragrance in designer range is not something usual. So I recommend you to have a little try if you never. The Pure Parfum. So I'm talking about the Parfum because it's been launched before the two other ones. The Parfum is supposed to be the strongest version of a fragrance, and it's true, you have more essential oil basically in there, and you can even see when you see the bottle that is thicker. It's not something that you spray, it's a dab on. Always make sure you wipe after you've put it on your skin, because usually what we've seen is after a few try you can actually see the cells floating in a bottle, which is not very nice. It's quite a similar composition to the Eau de Toilette. When you smell it, it's much more intense, much more stronger. So yes, you smell that very luxury note. It's not for someone that is expecting a beast projection at all. It's for the one that wants something special, that wants something unique, that want a different way of fragrance themselves. It's not for someone that like to spray a lot at all. It's for someone that take a little dab of the fragrance and apply it here, there, in the pulse point. It's gonna, of course, because it's a pure parfum and quite strong, it's gonna develop everywhere, but it's still quite an intimate sillage. Chanel, something that is meant to be the most luxurious treat, not something that is going to be beast, and there's not such a thing as beast fragrance in Chanel, and especially French perfumery, because in France, if you have like a beast fragrance, it's considered as a little bit rude. Voilà. 2018, that's the replacement at the nose of Chanel from Jacques Polge. We go to Olivier Polge, still stay in the family, which is reassuring, I have to say. So you have the son of Jacques Polge that is doing another interpretation of his dad's fragrance, which is Coco Mademoiselle Intense. So in pretty similar composition than the classic Eau de Parfum. Main thing that changed in this one is the overdose of tonkaline. Even more patchouli as well, so stronger in the woody note, stronger in the creamier note and earthy note. A tonkaline that is extra powerful. Usually a vanilla-like smell, but very much more darker, much more slightly more woodier, nully boosted, much more darker. Really something that is amazing for winter because you project even more a cozy atmosphere around you, but it's really sexy. That's the one compared to the other one. The other one was like elegant, everyday, blah blah blah, you know. This one is for the girl. She wears makeup, she likes to be extra sometimes, or maybe she wants to go party with a little dress, you know, and this is exactly where the advertisement was going. Like when you see Keira Knightley throughout all of the advertising that she done, this one is the most wild. She's having a party, she's hangover. It's much more a fun composition, and I'd say like it really did something great by modernizing that, because what is very trendy is like the vanilla scent, everything like that. Everybody loves that, whatever. L'Eau Privé, that is launched in 2020. So new concept for Chanel. This is supposed to be a fragrance that you wear to go to bed. It's a fragrance that you wear in intimistic department. When you are doing your ritual, applying your cream, removing your makeup, and you feel really cozy in your beautiful silky pyjama, you're going to your bed and you want to feel extra special. Really close to the skin, so it's a skin scent. It's extremely relaxing. So if you ask me the main difference in there, you've got still those quite DNA that is very similar to a classic Coco Mademoiselle, but the main difference is you've got petal of rose a little bit on top, but it's not like a rose that you could smell in the previous one. It's literally like petal of rose. And you can really smell the difference. Makes me think of a sakura tree or even magnolia blossom, you know, things like that. A lot of white musk. So it gives something very cottony, very cloudy to the fragrance, quite not powdery, but like cottony, fluffy kind of vibe. Much more romantic, delicate. Me that was not the biggest fan of the launch of the range of Coco Mademoiselle, this one changed a lot my mind. I've seen a lot of people being skeptical. For me, it was something great. I love to layer it with a lot of fragrance, put on top of everything. So don't think you're gonna have like a great longevity with that. It's not supposed to be a daytime fragrance. When you're home, cozy, on a nice Sunday, cold outside, stuff like that, this is really something for you. Fragrance is not always for others, but also to treat ourselves. Since I wear fragrance to go to bed, it's really something that help me sleep better. There's a lot of people that wear Coco Mademoiselle since many years. I've seen a lot of my clients that was very disappointed with because they couldn't smell the fragrance again. Usually it's because they only have this fragrance and they absolutely can't smell themselves. But trust me, with everyone that ever wear Coco Mademoiselle, I always smell them. I always smell that. This is really something that stays on you, sing really nicely. and most of the time you can't even smell it anymore. The only way to counteract this effect is all you use the body range to intensify the sillage, like putting a cream before, etc., or you will change version. And I will recommend actually to change fragrance. Go back to your Coco Mademoiselle from time to time, and then you will be able to smell it. Yeah, for me, it's a range that I've never been really a fan. I couldn't even see because everyone was asking for it, and you know you're bored, you know, like you smell it every day, you have it over there. So for me, like I was much more on Les Exclusive range or some underrated Chanel gems. If I have to pick one, I will take Le Privé and actually the Intense one. It's just, I've seen too much of the classic, but I have to say, for me, it's a masterpiece in terms of a creation, because he created something that is absolutely mass appealing, and it's hard to make something that is gonna be timeless, because let's remember that this fragrance is still extremely popular and is from 2001. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see my next video when it's gonna be launched, and I will see you soon. Bye now.